ADBN, Advocate Broadcasting Network.
Hello and welcome to another beautiful episode of Softline. I am Nancy Banigo and today I have with me the funky grandma.
Hello viewers, good afternoon, happy Thursday. We are here together again to give you all that you need in life. I hope you're going to enjoy the program. Good afternoon.
Yeah, there's always a difference. A tutor. Go straight to the point. I like that. Talking about tutoring and all that, there's this new directive, even though it's not new. There was this directive once upon a time where they said the federal government had pegged the entry age into university to 18.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's stronger now. Like it is becoming a law. Like if you're not
coming
18,
to stay.
Yes, if you're not 18, you will not be getting admission into the university. So being in the educational sector, what's your take on this? Because I know there are lots of students who, well, are quite brilliant.
And below 18.
And they are below 18. So what do you do with this kind of children? Do you keep them at home until they get to 18 before getting admission?
Yeah, you know, I think 18 is the ideal age for entering the university. When you're done in the secondary school, I mean, you need a little experience to add to getting into the university. If a child is 15 or a child is 16, and the government says, no, you're not mature enough to get into the university, because the university is another world entirely. Do you get that? So, but what is the problem is some parents push their children a lot. They force their children. You know, the child's mind, the child's brain does not function the way our parents want them to function these days. But they are pushing a lot on them. And sincerely, at the end of the day, when they're 40, 50, 60, it's going to turn back on them. But parents do not know about that.
But do we have cases where this thing has backfired?
Yes. I have, there was already 15, very brilliant. I loved her so much, especially in my English class. So she did so well. Her job was wonderful, 15, and went to the university. I refused. So she has to go and wait a bit, okay? After, because she was actually admitted, so they had to defer that admission.
Oh, okay.
So she can go to computer school, she can do any other stuff, just to fill in the gap, and then she's good to go. So but when a child, the parent sees that a child is actually very brilliant, and they think the child probably is God sent or is a unique child or whatever, and they try to see how they can push the child.
Pushing this child. And not just pushing this child. I see so many parents so eager to send their children off to school.
Yes.
A child is just 4 years and already in primary 1.
You're saying 4? 3.
Primary 1.
Yeah, 3.
I mean, wow, what is the rush?
Yes, what is the rush? You know,
what is the rush?
What is the rush? That child's brain has been there for a purpose in childhood education. You know, you follow the child according to the way the child is growing. You know, but because the child is actually showing at home that she is good or he is good, he's able to catch up things, and you say, wow, my child is very intelligent, and you begin to push when it's not yet time. And the child's brain will be so loaded that in the far future from that, the child is not going to be able to handle a lot of stuff.
I think they'll be able to get more results with this if they can drive this policy also to kindergarten.
Yeah.
And
okay, not just in the university.
Yeah, not just in the university, because this is where it started.
Yes.
From. Now, if your child is not up to 6 years,
as it
should not be admitted into primary 1.
Primary 1,
exactly.
Sure.
It should not be admitted. I know parents these days, they will say the cost of school fees for nursery school, you have to do nursery 1, nursery 2, nursery 3. What are you nursery now? You don't pay all those school fees and all that.
Then keep the child at home and train your child. Parents are actually running away from the responsibilities. You know,
so I
train your
kept
child.
my child. I actually kept my daughter at home until she was 5 years. Then I took her to nursery 1.
Okay.
So from nursery she just went to grade school. And she entered grade school when she was 6 years. September,
Which
she
was
clocked
good,
6,
yeah.
and she's already...
Yeah.
So in her class, she was the oldest.
Ah.
She was the oldest in her class. So she comes home and she's quite big, you know. So even
like you now.
She's quite big.
Like you.
So she's taller, she's everything. So she comes home and she wants to treat everybody in her class like her babies.
Oh my God.
So she's now looking at herself like the mommy of the class. So you see the problem.
But it doesn't was bothered about it.
No, she wasn't.
Or because she was overreacting.
She's taking it, she's considering it like I'm the oldest in the class.
So
everybody should look at me like the mommy of the class. So sometimes I call the teachers and I ask, how old is the youngest student in her class? They tell me 4. That was when she was in primary 1.
Okay.
I was like, God.
So, which means you really needed, you need a lot of work on her, you as the mom.
To do what?
No, you need to let her understand that it's not that way because she's this age and she shouldn't take other children as though she's too older than them.
Well,
you know, you need to now do the work on her, not the teacher anymore.
Well, the good
because
thing
her
is
reaction, you feeling more than the teachers in school.
The good thing is that she now has, she attends a new school, and in this new school now, well, most of her classmates are her age grades.
Okay.
So, but the problem I see now is in her former school where she was acting as the mommy of the class. Yeah. She was topping the class. She
all
was,
the time. Okay.
Yes, she was top of the class. So she was seeing it like a regular thing.
Okay.
You know. But now that she has other classmates who are almost her age, now she's now making it look as if, okay, because they are almost my age, that is why I am not topping the class. So she's bringing age.
To Friday by 5 p.m. on Top TV.
One hour of your daily dose of news from around the world.
Whether it's a diplomatic breakthrough, a humanitarian crisis, or a scientific discovery, Global Digest gives you a deeper understanding of the world around you. Join me, Alma Marcus. Let's stay ahead of the curve with conversations that are shaping our planet at 11 a.m. on DSTV, channel 258, and on Star Times, channel 140. Global Digest, your window to the world's current affairs, only on Advocate Broadcasting Network.
Welcome to the Niger Delta, a region of incredible beauty and stark contrast. From its breathtaking landscapes to its rich cultural heritage, this is a place where history and modernity collide. But beneath this serene surface lies a story of struggle and resilience. The Niger Delta is the lifeblood of Nigeria's economy, home to vast oil reserves that fuel the nation, yet it is a land where the people fight for their share of the wealth. Join us on the program Niger Delta Today as we explore the heart of the Niger Delta, discover the vibrant cultures, the struggles for environmental justice, and the stories of the people who call this place home. This is the Niger Delta, a land of contrast, a story of resilience, a journey of hope. Don't miss our exclusive series, Niger Delta Today, every day at 12 noon, only on ADBN TV. Witness the untold stories, experience the journey, be part of the change.
Welcome back, and thanks for being there. So, Oprah Wilfred was
living a fulfilled life.
So, how do you believe one can identify and reconnect with this lost joy or passion?
First of all, what do you mean? What are those symptoms when one must have lost his or her joy? You feel fatigued, drained, irritable, always tired. There's something wrong. And so how do you go about it? Now, there are two things. I talk about retrospection and introspection. What do I mean by introspection? Self-awareness and reflection.
Okay.
It's me now. I go inside, go inward, find out, where did I miss it? What really happened? What's going on? And then when you're talking about the retrospect, that thing must have happened back then. Can I have a glimpse of what went on? And then if you can, then sit down, meditate, and then begin journaling. There's something I call journaling. After the awareness and self-reflection, you go on meditation and you do some journaling. You want to put down, chronicle some things so that you see how to reorder your priorities, because it will boil down to prioritization of values. Values very important, because you must have thrown away your values and then decided to live a rough, short life. You lose your joy.
All right. Thank you, Grandma.
This afternoon I met with a young lady, 41 years old. She
when
came
you say young, I was expecting 20.
No, but at least younger than myself. So anyone that's younger than myself
is
is
a young person. I understand.
So she came to meet someone in the office, and I just came and overheard them talking about something. And so I was just hearing what she was saying. I said, hey, this is for the show today. She has 4 children, married to a man, has 4 children, but the man has sent her packing. So we asked her today, the lady asked her today, they're in the same church anyway, what really happened that he sent you out? You didn't walk out, he sent you out, threw your things out, and said, if you touch any of these children, I will kill them one after the other. Wherever you're taking them to, they will never leave, they will never stay alive. He said a lot of stuff. So the lady actually left. You know, and I asked her, I was the one that asked her, how old are you? She said 40, 41. I said, but you look at your face, it's so sweet. But so which means if you have something good or you're doing something that could build you up, you'll be a very pretty woman. So just live your life. He doesn't want you to take the kids. You've been with the kids all these years. Your first one is 14. And so don't worry, you just need a better life. Just work on them, work on yourself. You're going to be good. So in that case, I want to ask, how do one rediscover? Because now she's actually facing taking care of her children. She's not even thinking of herself because she was not well dressed.
Okay.
You know, so at that age, taking care of 4 children, thinking about the school. So she has to be visiting them in school, you know, to make sure everything is fine with them, getting their results and all of that. So in that kind of a person, how do we help her rediscover?
To identify her values, strengths,
and passion. Yes, and rediscover a joy in the everyday life, even in this situation.
A journey of self-discovery.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
That's what?
Is she working? Has she got something?
No, she's doing. She's sewing and doing some little bits of.
You see, this is the mistake some of us make. We marry and we get in there and get buried in the marriage. We forget that we are human beings with our individual idiosyncrasies, and then we have a purpose, that God created us for a purpose to fulfill on earth, not just to be an appendage, a stooge. And so when you know who you are, who am I? Right. You sit down and ask yourself that question, who am I? It will give you a kind of reawakening, and then you will know you were not just meant for anything, but for something. Anything is nothing. You are meant for something. That lady, if we were to have this orientation, yes, I'm doing this, my work, and then carry it with pride, whether it's selling, whether it's dress, fashion designing or skills, like you've said, carry it with pride, should have been able to package herself well. But I think she just got, my husband is there, he will give me everything I need, I will do this and do that, and then she lost it.
The husband, should I comment? The husband wasn't doing anything for her. He said, how much does he give you? He said, 500 naira. And that 500 naira bring change back. Bring change back.
Jesus.
Can you imagine?
500 naira?
500 naira.
Pepe now?
Bring change. Bring change back.
I don't even understand.
They were in Lagos and he came back home. And asked her come back from Lagos. She's a Christian. She's a Christian, so she goes to church all the time. I said, if I had known you were going to be like this, I would have killed you since, because I paid so much for your dowry, and now you have come and you're not doing anything better for me. You're not taking care of me. You're not doing this. I would have given you out for Rachel.
Oh, poor lady. You see, in that case, maybe the man was looking for a slave.
He actually married her
to come massage his ego.
Yeah.
And a woman who knows, who can step her feet down right from the first day. Yes, I'm your wife, you're my husband. I'm to compliment. I'm to compliment. I'm to help you. And then if she were to know those values, she would have been to been able to package ourselves and then prepare the children, because as mothers, we are not just doing this for ourselves. Our children are watching us. You know what I've discovered in my journey in life? That children from dysfunctional homes, they'll go out and perpetuate what happened in their home. The same functionality, and it becomes a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So her case was, I was saying, this is toxic for me. It's not
Toxic?
good. Yeah, it's not good for me. Please, what's this? So people go about this kind of lifestyle, especially with men. You know, I'm not even talking about individual. When somebody is not married, we're talking about people, a couple, now behaving in this inhumanitical way with another human. And he says, you can't do anything, you can't take care of me, go away. Through her things, I said, I'm going to get a new wife that will pay her own diary, stay with me, and make me good.
Oh my God. You see, that's why it's incomprehensible.
So how do
That now brings us to discussing mindfulness and self-care.
That's it.
Yes. So how then do we encourage somebody like that in that shoe now to be able to discover herself, take care of herself, her mental health and her well-being?
And be happy
It should be a
again.
priority.
And be happy again.
Because I know we have lots of women,
women, yeah, in this
situation.
shoes, yeah.
There's so many of them. Because there's this NGO, Women in Total Girl Development. We've seen a whole lot of them, and when they come to us, we sit them down and then make them discover that there's excellence in them. And because God deposited that beauty in them, that treasure in them, they have also a duty to make it flower and cause their children to see, even the husband to see. Imagine if somebody like our sister, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, were to just have, I don't know, a devalued system, not putting pride in herself. What do you think would have happened to the children? Would the husband would have been proud of her? Now the husband, that's my wife. She's my wife.
Respect her so much.
Check it out. And so we sit them down and tell them, please, this is not all about you. Do something, get a skill, and then make sure you perfect in it and let him put food on the table. Once you start putting food on the table, the man will respect you and you'll get your self-confidence back.
So let's talk about self-care practice. You know, since we are talking about mental well-being and all that, let's take you for instance. What are those practices that you put into your daily routine that keeps you going?
When this topic came on board, a song came into my mind. The joy of the Lord is my strength. I don't start my day without chatting with my Father. And I do that as a matter of urgency, and I do it religiously. When I do that, I feel good. You're talking about self-care. I feel good. And then go out. I like reading a lot. I'm a voracious reader. I read, and as I peruse the pages of books, I gather. And from what I gather, it helps me
to mold,
package. And tell me how I will make it. Tell me, no matter the situation I find myself, no matter the dilemma. And so if we can come to a point where we have a kind of routine that we follow, a routine. If you know the routine is not working, please assess, because I believe in self-assessment too. Periodic assessment. Is it doing me any good? If it's not, you drop it there. There's no point dying in a routine that is not working. You go ahead, and then from there, if it gives you joy, please go ahead with the passion, do it. And you see that you have a fruitful result. That's what I do.
All right, thank you.
Is there any hobby that you're...
Yeah,
okay,
like
reading,
I said,
you mentioned reading.
Reading is my
outside
hobby.
reading?
Reading, and then I like listening to news.
Okay.
Listening to news, because I like keeping abreast.
Okay.
What's happening? I keep abreast, and then I filter, and then I sit down and write.
Okay. So like...
Okay, go ahead.
You,
Go ahead.
If I were to ask what I like doing, it keeps me happy, no matter the situation, no matter the circumstances surrounding me, is my jewelries and my perfume.
Oh, baby, I can see.
I like that.
Sincerely, if I don't have perfume, if I don't have perfume, I'm like, my God, it's not me. This is not Aegis. So there are certain things you need to love that you need to love and that keeps you moving on, gives you the pride that you need as a woman. So when you do those things, you feel excited. I can also choose, sometimes I value the perfumes than the dresses I wear. I love jewelries as well, plenty of them, fine ones. It brings me out, and no matter what, you will turn your eyes. If you don't look at my face, you look at my jewelries. That's who I am. You know, but when you mingle with people like that, in the midst of people and people are always around you, it gives you joy. Sometimes you might just like reading, like you just said. Some people like singing. I also like singing. I can sing for hours. I can sing spiritual songs for hours, and it lifts me so much. Yeah, I do singing more than praying. Because as I'm singing, I'm praying. As I'm singing, I'm praying. So I love a lot of songs. I love worship songs. So there are so many people that do not even know how to start their day. You know, sometimes the problems, something that is weighing them down, is always before them. Immediately they open their eyes. So how can we help? How can you? What is there anything you can suggest to help these people, this kind of people that are confused? They are not stable in their thoughts because all the problems is right before them every time they wake up. How can they handle?
Strategies to help them overcome.
Do you know some people are so negative? Every word that comes out of their mouth, negative. Such people, you have to cause them to learn to be positive. Don't look at your problems, the things you have not done. Learn to celebrate tiny successes. Tiny successes. Because by the time you begin to look at what is there, what is not there, you won't make it for that day. But if you can, I wanted to do this. I wanted to maybe watch this number of stuff. I've been able to do a few. Celebrate yourself for doing that. Next time, you improve upon that. There's one thing I believe in. If you fail, or if you find yourself in a bizarre situation, don't make a pillow of it and lie in it. Stand up, shake off the dust, and then see where you erred, and then try to go on. Move on positively. So such people filled with negativism, we teach them how to be grateful for tiny things. And then as they are grateful, more things will come their way. And from there, they'll build up.
All right, so those are strategies to overcome obstacles. And we know there are lots of obstacles. In fact, when you bring out your head to do this one, they will show you, you're not educated. You can't do this. You'll go down again. And then, so are there strategies one can build, grow? They said you keep learning every day. So no matter the age you are, strategy to keep improving yourself.
Incidentally, like I told you, I was in NCI to do some work. I'm from a place, Lifelong Development Academy. The motto here is cradle to grave. Nobody is beyond learning. Please, by the time you stop learning, you're dead. You may be a living corpse, moving, breathing, eating, but you're dead. So no matter how old anybody is, you can learn. Is it a skill, like my sister mentioned? Is it how to read or how to teach? There must be something in you that you can transfer to the next generation. Mentor. So learning, read, and learn. Don't just say because I'm retired, you're tired. There's so many who have retired and are not tired. So one of those strategies is to read. And another thing, if you find out that you're always having these hurdles or hiccups, go back to your creator. That was why I said self-awareness, retrospect. Go back to your creator. What's really going on? Try to find out. Do you know there's something like a generational pattern, family pattern, that flows in the family? You've not been hearing, in that house they don't excel. In that house they're like this. They're like, why must? Why? Who made that law? Is that how God created you? No. Please, look for those obnoxious patterns and break them. And then inculcate what's good, the values, those things that make you happy, that you feel good. Like me, one of the things I like is putting a smile on somebody's face, like making people happy. And then go in and do those things. No matter how tiny, they will build up and you find yourself out there growing too.
Thank you so much for that. All right, Madam.
There are other hobbies people could explore.
Yes. So many.
Oh yeah, so many. Well, like if you can remember most of them, I would like you to bring them up, mention them. So many hobbies people might love to, probably they might not remember. Like somebody like me, I do light exercises, but I didn't remember to mention that.
Okay.
Light exercises, turn my neck, turn my head, and I feel stretch my body. I can't do vigorous exercise anymore because I'm getting old.
No, just take
But
it
that's
easy.
all, yeah.
The little you do is okay. What about those?
Then
who
the issue of putting smiles on people's faces is something a lot of people like to do, which is very good. But there are certain hobbies, exercises, a lot of others that you might know that you could let the viewers to say, okay, I never remember this, I never remember this. Maybe
I know
this
a
will
woman
help.
who loves playing with plants in the garden. She loves gardening. Gardening. She's always in the garden. She's never tired. And see the way she'll nurture those plants and they come out, and when they start fruiting, and then the fruit that she'll bring, she'll feel so on top of it. It gives her an exhilarating moment. And there are people like that. There are those who love sewing. Hey, if they don't sew in a day, they're not happy.
Yeah.
I even have a little friend. That one is a carpenter, female carpenter.
Wow.
If she produces stuff for you here, you'll wonder. When she started, they were laughing at her. What are you doing? Is this your world? What are you doing? Edie, what are you doing? Is this your world? He said, don't worry, but that's where my passion lies. So there are people with different hobbies. You just have to find out which one is your own. That thing that makes you happy when you do it no matter what.
All right.
Then go on.
And I like that because some of those hobbies can lead one to rediscovering your joy and purpose in life. Let's go on a very short break, and when we come back, we'll continue with the discussion. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
It is Groovy Mono, aka the Steez Prince.
Yo, what's up? It's Big Shags. I'm in London.
Hey guys, I'm Princess Jekoko. My name is Mutale Mwanza, the queen of Zambian media.
My name is Grand Prince Itech. Hi guys, my name is Baj Adebule. I'm an actor and a filmer.
Hello guys, I'm Falagade Banks.
My name is Kelechi Amadiobi, photographer, storyteller.
My name is Lanradi Dura. I'm an actor.
My name is Chidi Mokime.
Hi, my name is Uche Uba.
It's Touré season.
I'm Miss Stems.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, moms and papas. I am Jimmy. You can call me the Entertainer.
My name is Essie Odometa. I am an actor and a film producer.
My name is Sobi Kubala.
Hi. My name is Julius the Genius. I would give a shout out to ADBN.
Big shout out to ADBN TV.
You're watching ADBN.
And you are watching.
Keep watching ADBN TV.
And this is ADBN TV.
And this is a shout out to ADBN TV. Keep watching. Don't switch the dial.
Shout out to ADBN. Keep watching. Love.
And you are watching ADBN TV.
Shout out to ADBN TV. I've got one thing for you. Make sure you keep watching ADBN TV.
And shout out
to ADBN TV.
Shout out to ADBN TV. Don't touch that dial.
And you're watching
ADBN TV. Keep watching ADBN TV.
And I'm shouting out to ADBN TV.
You're watching ADBN TV.
Keep watching ADBN TV. This is where to be.
And you're watching ADBN.
A shout out to
ADBN TV.
And shout out to ADBN TV. Keep watching.
And you're watching ADBN TV.
Keep watching ADBN TV.
Right now you are checking out ADBN TV. One time.
ADBN. Keep watching. I love you and kisses.
Keep watching ADBN.
And a special shout out to ADBN. Keep doing what you're doing, guys.
Please don't touch that dial.
Stay groovy.
All right, thank you for being there. So we're still discussing, and we have our very vocal guests on the show today. She's really doing justice to this topic. So I would like us to delve a little more into supportive and community. Like they say, no man is an island. And sometimes you have this what to do. So how can one, build a supportive community around oneself that can make one, to help you grow, even when it seems as if there's no road, but you have that support behind you, you're able to push forward.
Okay. Thank you. I came across this fact sometime in my life. Try to be a better you. I try to be a better me. And then in doing that, you get into relationships. You may find unfaithfulness, untrustworthiness, disloyalty here and there. But I want to tell us that, friends, you know what happened to me? I want to use a very practical example as I was coming. I had flat tire in my car. Meanwhile, I had mentioned this program to my friend. She's a lecturer, a prof. Mentioned it to my friend that I have a duty. After NCI, I'm going there for a duty. He said, how are you going? I told her. And so when that thing happened, I said, my God, what's going on? At that point in time, she's my childhood friend. You won't believe. As old as me,
wow.
too. When that flat tire
nice.
happened, she just called me, where are you? Are you done in NCI? Can I come and pick you? She's the one that brought me. She's there waiting.
Okay.
Wow.
Waiting.
Wow.
And so what am I talking about? Women should learn to have friends that they can trust. Not the one that they can go gossiping, topicking. Trustworthy friends, like minds. You share ideas, not people. You talk about a way forward. That lady has been my friend right from when we were young.
Imagine,
and people see us.
Yes, no. Can you
we
imagine?
are more than 50 now.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, baby. And so when people see us, they say, if you see them quarrel, don't put your mouth. If you dare try to put your mouth there, you are on your own. And they know that. In fact, people around us know that. There's no way you mention her name and then they won't add my name, or mention my name and her name will come on board. And our families too, the mothers. Even when my parents are gone, the mother is there. I will tell her, you are the only one standing now. Maybe you stand strong. And so what are we talking about? We're talking about relationships. Ladies, women, it's good to have friends you can trust. Friends you can trust. Look for something good in your friend and cherish. And learn to covet that. Promote what is good. And then help, as she's helping you, help her to build herself and you build yourself so that together, if one is in need, you know, you will extend a helping hand to the other. There's no point trying to do this pull her down syndrome. That's what I've seen, pull her down syndrome. You tell the lies, falsehood everywhere. No.
You know, I just what you said before you started answering this question, taking care of me for me. There's this saying, you know, people will say, I'll take care of you, you take care of me. But that's a very wrong way to say it. I'll take care of me for you. You take care of you for me. Yeah. So because if you're taking care of yourself, you build yourself education-wise, all round you build yourself. And you can imagine what this development will do to that friendship when you people come together. So I like the way you put it. But now we're not just talking about women in this case. We're talking about
I was getting to that. It's not just when you go out there, sit down and drink. Learn to see, is your friend doing well? You've bumped into something so lucrative. Introduce it to your friend. Show your friend the way you got around it, how you did it, and let it be something with integrity and value. I mean, something that carries honesty. Let your friend come on board too, because by the time you have 2, 3, 4 friends like that growing, you know, blossoming like you, I mean, nobody can stand you. You people will be terrors in the hands of whatever we want to do you in.
So having a supportive group, a community,
very important. Key. I recommend.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. You talk after. You've talked about having positive relationship to help in the community, so that people you can be guided, and you look at people. You understand your friend, you have a good family, but some people do not even have good families. A lot of families are torn apart. You know, have problems, siblings problem. And the issue, you might even have a friend you depend so much on, and you think, oh, this is my only hope. My family is not there. I have a friend, and at the end of the day, the friend can pull you down. Or what can you tell people that are like so lonely, they do not know where to turn to, they don't have friends to turn to, their family is gone, they are just there alone and all alone. And being alone sometimes is not really good enough for some people. What do you have to say to
Thank
such
you, ma'am.
people?
I know even as we are here, we are talking to people who don't believe in God too. They are listening to us. But I want to tell us, in as much as you did not create yourself, a supreme being created you, know that you are indebted to that supreme being. Joy, like I said, is a personality. And unless you get close to that personality and then take him in, joy will continue to be elusive. Now, talking about somebody who is lonely, and then, I don't know what Jesus would have done if the Holy Ghost were not there, if God the Father was not there. Because there are times you will look at God the Father. Are you abandoning me? And then the Holy Ghost will say,
I'm here.
And then it will say, I'm going. When I go, I'll send you the comforter, the one that will lead you into all truth. So I will tell such people who choose to be sad and to be lonely that please come out of the shell. Come out of it. If the mere fact that somebody dished you or betrayed your trust or did something disloyal to you doesn't mean you should die in it. Come out. God loves you. There are still some very good people on earth that we could have around us. And because let's be mindful that whatever we do, and you're not just stopping with us, the younger ones are watching. Let's set good examples for them to watch. Do you know, if a woman will try to come out of whatever obnoxious situation she finds herself, her husband can be impacted positively. Her family can be impacted. People all around can be impacted. Say, how does she manage? You mean she's no more sulking? She is no more irritable? She's no more the angry wolf? You mean she's so caring and loving? And you see people change towards you. It's what you have that you give. If you don't have it, you can't give. Yeah. So let's learn to have what is good so that we'll be able to give out. And then society will be a pleasant place to live in.
I love that resilience. It's a very important key in growth. But let's now get personal with you. Okay. I know you've come of age. You've seen a lot of setbacks.
Obviously.
So when you come across these setbacks, how do you handle them?
Okay. Just like you've said, I've seen a lot in my life. Is it betrayal? What? But what do I do? Like I told you, I don't make a pillar there and lie. I'll try to bring out my point, call the people or the fellow concerned, I don't know how to hide things. I'm so vocal. Say this. If they like to accept, they do. But if I try to mend and they don't want to understand that they're still stiff-necked, sister, I'll walk away. I value my mental health, my emotional stability. I treasure that territorial integrity a whole lot. But I'll do everything I can to make sure we resolve whatever. We're still good. But where you are still, you know, I don't know if you believe that people who were born to make sure they destroy, that they don't find anything good in another person. If it's not them, it's not them. It's not you, it cannot be another. And so that's why when you're making friends, it's good to be very observant, vigilant. And so if you find such, and then you try to correct, you try to show, you try to bring to the table what ought to be, and the fellow is still stiff-necked. Instead of allowing your mental health to be jeopardized, please walk away. Walk away. Like I watched a series yesterday where this woman pregnant, the husband was busy beating, and she had to run to another lady. That lady held her and then tried to secure her. Do you know the husband came and to grab the lady from the other woman's hand just to beat? Thank God for the sister, the stranger she ran to for succor. She called somebody, and apparently that guy was an officer, a first man. He came, and then come and see what ensued. Why? So some people are, I don't know, it's only when they're like that, you know, angry that they feel happy. So we try to make them see, but if you try and it's not working,
you walk away.
Take a trip. Your mental health, walk away.
Take a race.
Yes.
Race. Finding happiness. I want to ask you if you believe with me that it's a journey.
Yeah, it's a journey. Yeah. Yes, baby, it's a journey, transformatory.
Finding happiness is a journey to accept ups and downs in life. As much as we can really accept that, there is a way that in this journey of life, you need to cultivate patience. Can you? Can you tell us a bit about how to cultivate patience in this journey of life, in getting happiness, have joy, and good friends?
There's a cradle, a proverb, and I think their children because they want them to graduate fast.
Okay.
There's a stage for everything. You know, there's some children, there's some people like to try things out. So if you are patient with them and say that you may get to know that they were just fooling around and they may be trying to test your patients too. But if you're patient with them, you see them come out and graduate out of that level to a level where they are mature, and then will begin to think like mature humans. Be so elastic, and it appears as if there's no end to it. When you come to that stage, and maybe you've taken it to God in prayers, and it still appears as if there is no end to it. When I talk about walking away, do you know it can still be there physically, but you've walked away? It can be physical, it can be a mental walk away or emotional walk away. That's what I mean. I'm a psychologist. It's to preserve your sanctity. If not, you go bananas.
I like the words you choose to use. Okay, so now talking about, I'm still hammering on this walking the way, because, you know, like in the past where we have trouble marriage, toxic marriages in the past, parents will always tell their daughters, it is your marriage. If you leave that marriage, you don't have a place in our home. You're gone, you're gone. So you see women trying to patch their marriages, trying to endure so many things, you know. So you're talking about patience now. So does this patience apply in this kind of...
Went back the first time, the man almost killed the girl. In fact, she miscarried. Ran to the mother. The mother said, this house, you want to take this house? Go back. Your husband built this house for me. The third time, the girl, she was half dead as she ran to the mother. But the mother still didn't see why the girl should come to her. He said, your husband has called me to apologize, but did not call the girl. Call the mother to, please go back. So, sister, one can get to a level where you cannot take it again. But give it enough patience and prayerfully. Maybe call your pastor, call close friends who can settle the issue, see what you can do. But where it's like the human being is still stiff-necked and doesn't see any reason why he or she should change. I tell you, there are some people who were given to reprobate minds.
All right, before we allow Madam Medi to come in, you know, somebody was talking about how do you rediscover joy after a failed marriage or after the death of a partner, you know, when your spouse dies. How do you open up for a new relationship?
It's difficult, but it can happen. It's difficult because you were so used to your partner, your spouse. You knew his strengths and weaknesses, his likes and dislikes, and here you are, he's no more there, and it's like you're all alone. You lament the departure, his demise for a long time, but like I said, God is the solution. If you go to God, he will assuage your pains. He will give you solace. And then with time, you begin to heal inside, because that healing must come in. I do a lot of journaling, I tell you. You just jot down and do some mental work. And then from there, you'll be surprised at, amazed at how positive you can make your life after that.
I would also like to add to that, staying active.
Yes.
Staying active.
Staying active.
Yeah. So you know, when you are in that situation, there's a way you can arrange your life and make sure you are active.
dull moments.
Because if you stay dull, you hide yourself inside, you get back into the shell. A lot of things will keep on coming, especially there are a lot of people that do not actually think or even remember to put God first in their situations.
Okay.
So to such people, but God is first in all things. But such people, you can stay active. You can